my co-host Robin Robinson, anchor from our Chicago station, WFLD.
Like they know me. You hear me applauding like they know me.
Welcome to the show today. We got a great show today. A lot of interesting stuff in the show today. We're actually speaking to the first transgendered woman allowed to compete in a Miss USA pageant. She's vying to become Miss California. We'll talk to her coming up. Also, a true crime exclusive, a woman who hired a hitman to kill her husband and her mother-in-law. We'll hear why she did this, and we're going to hear from her daughter. And Jersey Shore star Vinny is here to talk about his new show and brings in his whole family. So a lot to get to in the first 15. I just woke up and I started reading this story about Justin Bieber's former bodyguard is suing him for beating him.
And you thought you didn't wake up. You must be dreaming this,
I gotta
right?
say, if I'm a bodyguard and I want to continue in the bodyguard profession, I'm not sure I would admit that Justin Bieber hit me.
It makes perfect sense. Bodyguards have to have a lot of self-control. They're not supposed to start fights. They certainly aren't supposed to hit the person they're working for. So he probably just stood there and took it like a man three times bigger than the guy that was hitting him.
I guess this guy claims that that in a tirade, Bieber punched him in the chest and upper body area, and that it says Mr. Benabout, the bodyguard, did not retaliate or attempt to protect himself out of concern for Justin Bieber's physical well-being.
Because that's his job. One is to protect Justin Bieber.
Well, TMZ is now saying that the guy was fired because it was discovered he had lied about previously working as a bodyguard for Justin Timberlake. So it sounds like there's more to this.
Another big guy who probably beat him up.
Yeah, sounds like there's more to this story than meets the eye. There's also, I guess in England, the royal family, actually Ricky Gervais, I should read, had a funny tweet about this. He said, the man claiming he was beaten up by Justin Bieber is currently being bullied by the Olsen twins. They gave me a wedgie and everything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As a bodyguard, as a person who doesn't need a bodyguard, I'm thinking that he's got something else in mind. Reality TV show.
Yeah, sounds like he's suing for like $421,000. So we'll see if he gets it. The royal family has put out the first official portrait of Kate Middleton. I guess as a member of the royal family, everybody gets their own official portrait, and she wanted one that was apparently more realistic. This is the official portrait. I don't really like it.
I like it. I like it. I do not want everybody looking like a supermodel. That is probably more what she looks like in person. I know you have one of your staff members, a big fan, and said, she's prettier than that. Well, of course, when we see her, she's prettier than that. She's all made up. She's got a stylist. She doesn't look real. We all try to aspire to that, and then we want to kill ourselves.
It looks like it's painted on velvet. I mean, it looks like one of those like velvet, like really cheap.
She's got some lines, and she's got some things that make her look like a real person. It's like the thing where they age you forward. They age you forward?
It just, I don't know, it just like a really cheap kind of portrait. I don't know. I kind of wanted
something.
To look
more like her? Like a photograph?
Well, I don't really know what she looks like, but no, just a little more like regal or something, and like a sash and a tiara or something. I don't know. With a scepter or, one of those.
I'm thinking a mohawk and a nose ring if we want to really, go forward, artistic about it. But
I don't know. I think it should be more grand. So you are from Chicago, and I am, it's a great city.
I'm wearing a flag of Chicago today. I'm all about Chicago because Chicago has a complex of being second city. That we're not as good as New York or as LA. So so everything I have on is made in Chicago.
Oh, is that right?
I got presents from Chicago.
Presents.
I do. I got presents.
I like presents.
You like presents?
What presents?
You want to see a present?
Yeah.
Here is your present.
Wow.
And look at the top. Look at the top. It's customized for you.
That's nice.
Anderson Live.
Wow, this is great.
All right. So open her up.
Wow, popcorn. This smells good.
Garrett Popcorn. Since 1949, people have been hooked on Garrett Popcorn.
Wow, and it's a mix of like caramel.
Well, this is the Chicago mix because the customers started mixing the cheese corn and the caramel corn. It's not just any cheese corn, caramel corn. This is like from an old-fashioned recipe, all natural. There's no oil. It's all butter.
Cool.
In small batches in copper pots. And these are taking so long to make it. The lines were always long around the block.
Oh, look at those lines for this.
Now this is modern day. We also have. I hope you have the shot of back in the 50s.
Yeah, we showed that.
I mean, it's just.
You brought some for everybody in the audience. Everybody in the audience.
I wanted to say this all my life. Okay.
Everybody in the audience.
For everybody.
That's great.
Being in news.
I'll keep it out here. It smells really good.
It smells really good?
Yeah, I like the smell.
Like this.
But so in Chicago, I'm obsessed with this lottery story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been following the story. A guy won $1 million in the lottery. He finally gets the check for $425,000.
One lump sum, taxes.
Right.
Cliff,
and the night after he gets the check, he wakes up screaming is rushed to the emergency room. This is after his wife has fed him a nice meal, wakes up screaming and dies. He's dead. He wakes up and they bury him.
They bury him. They think everything's okay. It's natural causes. Then his family members, his other, not his wife.
Other family members, not his wife.
They tip off the police. They think something is fishy about it. They do a little.
Right. His family members call the police and say, you should do like more testing. Something's not right here. And
they had, some remains that they could do some,
They do toxicology reports, and they find out, in fact, he was poisoned with arsenic.
Cyanide, I thought.
Cyanide, yeah.
And there's not that many ways that you can kind of accidentally get cyanide unless you're eating a lot of apricot pits or something. So they.
And apparently, so now the question is, who poisoned him? And a lot of, I guess a lot of people are kind of suspecting the wife. She actually talked to your station.
She spoke to our reporter, Craig Wall. She actually spoke. The man owned dry cleaning businesses. So even before he got this $425,000 check, he was worth, a good amount of money. He had businesses. He had real estate. And she went to the dry cleaning business this week. She's running it since he's gone. And reporters came and she talked to them. She wouldn't go on camera, but she basically said, that she really wants the truth to come out.
Well, she gave a quote. Yeah. She said, I really want the truth to come out. I want God to reveal the truth. The sooner the better. I love my husband. I loved him to death.
Okay, poor choice of words. Poor choice of words. I'm thinking English is probably her second language. She didn't realize the nuances of putting it quite like that. She also, however, revealed that her lawyer told us she had been interviewed by the police for 4 hours without an attorney because she didn't feel she needed one.
Why people talk to police without an attorney? And I ask police all the time this, and they are like, I don't know why people talk to us without an attorney present. But if you watch any police show, get an attorney.
Well, but if you're innocent, wouldn't you think to yourself, I'm innocent, I'm going to look guilty
if
I
watched
call
a police show, even if you're innocent, get an attorney. I'm addicted to Law & Order SUV. Get an attorney. That's like the #1 thing I have learned is get an attorney. There's a reason they read you your Miranda rights.
Well, obviously the criminals that get caught don't watch that or CSI or anything like that. But we've also interviewed now the brother-in-law, which is he's married to the sister of the dead guy, and the dead man's daughter, who was his wife's stepdaughter, is living with them because she doesn't get along with her stepmother. She hasn't said, I think she killed my dad or anything like that.
So you interviewed the brother.
The brother-in-law.
Okay, we actually have a clip of what he said. Let's play that.
The wife and him was alone. They have a 2-story house. She was upstairs with him. Nobody else was there. There's no other family member who was there.
Jasmine was not there?
Jasmine was downstairs. Her room is downstairs, and she was sleeping.
Jasmine being the daughter.
Right. So that's basically throwing the stepwife under the bus, is what that is. He's like, they lived upstairs. She cooked him dinner. No one else was there.
Yes, he buried her under a pile of circumstantial evidence. However, this morning there was a hearing to decide, about exhuming the body.
What's also, I mean, if you are, not that I would consider poisoning somebody, but I would think if I was going to poison someone, I wouldn't do it the day they get the check, And then I would not immediately go out and cash that check.
Well, they did go to court. They said that she was attempting to cash the check. She's denied trying to spend any of his estate. I mean, it's all going to come out in the wash, but it doesn't look good for somebody, that's for sure.
It's just a fascinating whodunit.
But that's why my policy is die broke.
No
one in my family will have any incentive to try to get rid of me. In fact, they'll say, what will we eat if she goes? Right? So they're all trying to keep me alive.
I saw this funny video I just want to quickly show you. There's this commercial running I guess in Norway. It's made by the Norwegian Seafood Council, and it's part of a campaign to get people to eat more fish, more sushi. I don't know why this commercial would possibly make anybody want to eat more sushi.
I think
it's the weirdest looking people dressed up as sushi, basically. Take a look at this commercial. It just seems ridiculous.
Eat more sushi or eat more people, something, I don't know.
I know, it's like you're eating sushi, but they turn into people, so you're also eating the flesh of people. The whole thing is just sort of weird.
I don't know. They must have a really strong ad council there or something.
And it's like they found just people hanging around the office and be like, oh yeah, will you dress up as sushi for us?
Well, they're all very thin.
Well,
so they didn't just
yeah,
well,
I guess, with like tummies
there's some
and like
going on there. Yeah, there is.
Like the guy in the middle, he's got like a tummy sticking out. That's just a weird commercial.
Well,
Anyway,
they didn't want you to start feeling any other kind of appetites while you're watching.
I guess. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have more of the first 15 coming back. We're going to be the first transgender woman making headlines by competing in the Miss USA pageant. We'll be right back. We're here with our co-host, Robert Robinson, anchor from our station Fox 32 in Chicago. And I got to be honest, Terrence, my executive producer, is obsessed with me asking. He learned that you used to date Stedman.
Right.
And he's obsessed with this.
I mean, don't we want to know? Has traded down?
No, I don't know. All morning long, he's asked her about Stedman. And I'm like, why would I?
How did she get him from me?
How did Oprah steal Stedman from you?
I gave him up.
You gave
I knew it. I knew it.
Actually, we dated, and I love him. I do. Don't get me wrong. Most of what you know or think you know or hear about him is not true. Nicest man in the world. He is not,
I've never heard bad things about him.
No?
Do people say bad things about him?
Great guy. But I was very certain that I wanted to get married and have kids. And I was in my early 30s, and he was not moving fast enough. We had moved from Denver to Chicago together. And, he's a step-by-step kind of patient guy. And just I said, well, you got to go.
Wow.
Next. And we had actually met Oprah, who was just starting her show there, and I'm glad that they ended up getting together, because look how long they've been together.
And you guys are still friends?
Yeah, I mean, we don't see each other, so don't start any stuff.
No.
Okay, but we are,
Right.
yes, we're still friends. My best friend is actually married to his best friend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
excellent.
So it was, we hooked them up.
There you go. Terrence, are you
happy now?
I mean, I
I'll tell you the rest
would have
backstage,
preferred like a little more dirt, but is there anything you can give us?
He's as good looking in person as all the pictures you've seen. How about that?
I'll
That doesn't help you?
Very quickly, there's another viral video that's really funny. This is a woman whose cat makes, I guess, purrs really loudly. And apparently, when she's on the phone, people are like, "What the heck is that sound?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, it's my cat." She can't even hear people talking on the phone. Just listen to the cat. Bizarre.
Cat's gonna hurt himself.
I know, yeah. All right, so this weekend, the Miss California USA pageant is taking place, and for the first time ever, there's going to be a transgender contestant who's vying for the crown. Her name is Kylan Wenzel. She is actually joining us right now by satellite from California. Thanks so much for being with us. Appreciate you being here. How's it going?
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
So
there was a rule change in April that allowed you to compete. Why was this so important to you to compete?
Actually, this has been a dream since I was 11. So I kind of just put it out to the universe and hoping it would happen. And then it happened. So I moved my surgery up 6 months. I resigned from my job. And ever since then, I've been just working on hoping to become Miss California.
And is this something that every person who I've ever interviewed who is transgender has felt this from a very young age. Is this something you have always felt?
I've always felt like I was a girl. It took a little longer for me to process it, but yes, I was definitely a woman.
And how long ago did you complete this surgery? Are you still in any kind of pain?
I just had the surgery August 23rd. So my recovery period just ended. I still do get a little aches, but other than that, I'm doing really well.
And are you nervous about the competition?
I'm just excited. I'm not nervous whatsoever. I've been waiting for this day for a very long time, so I cannot just wait to see what happens in the finals.
Do you think you're going to be treated fairly?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone's been very supportive. The state directors have been very accepting. The girls are very nice. I don't have anything to worry about.
But everybody isn't in agreement with this. Have you had any pushback from people who say, look, yeah, this is a female pageant, get in your own transgender pageant?
There are definitely people who are not open to it, but then, I feel like it's my purpose to educate, that, we are women, we just happen to be born in the wrong body, and hopefully just being myself, that'll help, change people's minds a little bit.
What are you most nervous about in the competition? What do you feel is like your strong suit? What do you feel is there something you've been practicing a lot?
I think my strongest is actually going to be swimsuit, because I've been running and working out a lot. I'm not nervous at all. I'm just hoping to experience the swimsuit, the evening gown, and the final question. That way I have the whole experience.
All right. Well, listen, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll be following it. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, wish you luck.
I do wish her luck, but being devil's advocate, that's what some people say is not fair. A man working out a lot gets a whole different result from a woman working out a lot. I mean, you guys get that ab thing going quicker than we do. So some people could say that's an unfair advantage.
Although, I mean, she is now female. She's taken hormones. She's had this, the sexual reassignment surgery. So she's for all intents and purposes female. So
She's got great arms.
She's got great arms. Yeah, I wish I had arms as good. Yeah, I have the little, pencil arms. Up next, a true crime exclusive. A mother's deadly murder plot. This is an incredible story. A mother, well, we'll explain to you ahead. We're going to talk to the daughter of her mom, who basically contracted hitmen to try to kill her husband. Also, Jersey Shore star Vinny is going to be here. We'll be right back.